this NFC divisional matchup. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to... this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Set. 19 tight. 19 tight. Mustang 19.
Pennick's gonna throw straight away. Escapes the pocket. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory.
Here we go. Set.
Man in motion here. A give now from the gun. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Set up. Cougar 19.
Tight end going in motion here. Back-to-back carries here. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
Ready. Let's go now.
A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I think even the defense would admit a little surprised to see him running on 3rd and long. But that's called pursuit. Rallying quick after that initial reaction and stuck him behind the line.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this one gets out of bounds. It was pushing some distance towards the goal line, but gets out at the 5. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Throwing from near his own goal line. Caught by Theo Johnson. Along the right sideline, there's space. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Now, so much for seeing a safety, Brock. Things have totally changed now on 1st and 10 across midfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. First time this game they've looked to him. So it's 2nd down coming up.
Here we go, set.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. That's caught, Keenan Allen. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
First down, New York. Ready? Here we go, set.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Finds his fullback. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that.
And in, touchdown, New York! Well, Brock, we normally talk about complimentary football at some points every week. So how about the way they've begun this one, huh? Force the punts and then cash it in for 6 on their opening drive.
Do we do it every game?
It feels like it. Almost every game, yeah.
I think you're right. Because that's what the NFL is about. We all know the margins are so small in this league. And the team that typically plays the complimentary ball is typically the team that wins.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
18, rock, 18, ready. Warrior 70. Hot, hot.
Play action, here's Penix. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
Cut for big yards on the right side. Touchdown, Atlanta! The Falcons cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Lots there to tack on the extra point. And the Falcons tie this game 7-7. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, set.
To throw, here's Darnold. Has it downfield, working the left. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Giants need only one to take the lead. That is as efficient as an offense can be. One play, 70 yards, and 6 points, Brock. They can save the rest of the plays they have prepared for their next series.
Rest of the plays? Why even call a different one? I mean, that one hit the sweet spot on the barrel and got out of the yard in a hurry. Perfect call to catch him sleeping to start that drive.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Buffalo 18. Here we go. Here we go. Check go.
They go play action. Here's Penix. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
18. Pioneer.
They send the tight end in motion left.
Ready.
On 2nd and 10, it's Penix. Dumps it off to his running back. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Tyler Nubin with the tackle.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Go. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready.
3rd down, it's Penix. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Trying to force one through there. So that brings up 4th and long. So another punt coming up. Michael Dixon back out there. And he got under this one, but it's going nowhere. Almost straight up into the air. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That just misses the 50 mark, gets a 49-yard punt. And it'll be Giants football. They're set up at the 35 now. Darnold looking to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Darnold now to throw. He's on the move. Pulled in by Allen on the sideline. And he's out of bounds just short of the 30. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Go set.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Throwing off the play fake here. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, New York. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. It has been wash, rinse, repeat for them offensively, Brock, as, well, we all wait for this defense to find a little backbone before this becomes a runaway.
Yeah, I'm a little torn up here in this booth because you're exactly right. Offensively, this is just machine, surgical. Defensively, you're running the risk of being embarrassed here pretty quickly.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
79 Broncos. Set the knee.
From the shotgun, Penix. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete.
He's counting his lucky stars. That one isn't headed the other way right now. That is not the time to challenge double coverage.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Come on. Set. 70 range. Ready.
Now he'll throw off the play fake. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
On the ready.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th.
60. Set. Come 19. Come 19. 7 Pirates. Rig alert.
And he sent a man in motion. So with that play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend.
Ready.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th.
Here we go. Set. Check smash.
Putting a receiver in motion.
60 Bobcat. Panther 11. 19 tight. Mustang 19. 18 Rattler. Hut.
And again, it's Penix. And it's going to be incomplete. Couldn't connect. And a surprising 4th down call does not yield a 1st. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Here's Darnold to throw. Gets this to Johnson. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
We go set.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10.
Ready. Set.
Working inside the red zone. Hits his running back. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Second down now, 7 to go.
Set.
Now Darnold. On the move, headed right. And no one had a shot at that. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up third down.
Well, that throw just gets away from the quarterback a little bit, and he couldn't stay in the field to play. It's tough to blame him, though. He's got to leave the pocket, and he really had some tough circumstances to try and push that one down the field.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. They go play action here. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And now they're staring at a fourth down. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch. But then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way. Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Set up. Warrior 70. Say, hey. Trap 60, trap 60. Buffalo 18. 18, Pioneer. Go.
Penix working from the gun. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tyler Newman. And forget the interception. He makes this a pick-6 touchdown. Another score here in this first quarter, Brock, as they continue dominating in this opening frame.
You know what I love here, Kate? This defense is seizing on a sputtering opponent, and they're actively trying not just to defend the lead, but to add to it.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick-6. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter.
Let's go now. Set go.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he'll take this up to about the 34 before he stopped. That'll do it for one quarter of this NFC divisional round matchup. The Giants in control so far. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our second quarter. It's Falcons football. They'll have 2nd and 7 to deal with.
19 Lions. Ready.
from the 34. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete.
You know, in the NFL, offensive-minded teams will call it a perfect Friday. They don't want the ball to hit the ground once. And especially on these short to intermediate throws, you got to count on those being efficient and effective.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Ready?
They bring McLaurin in motion right. To the air, third and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that makes it fourth down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Trying for it with Penix. And they got home, sacked him on fourth down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on fourth down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on fourth.
Darnold. Forced out to his right. He has the New York touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Lining up now to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants continue piling on to this lead. The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go.
Putting the tight end in motion. On first down, here's Penix. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Penix on first down. Throwing the out route complete. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
Tag 79 Bronco. Hut, hut.
Penix here from the gun. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Go. Go.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on third down.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
70 range, 70 range. Check go.
Penix splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And the Falcons will have a first.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Play action. Here's Penix. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Vikings 18.
10 yards on the pickup.
Back at 60.
It's 2nd and inches.
Come back, team.
At the
Come
Giants'
back, team.
13-yard line.
Ready?
Here's Penix to throw. Buys time, rolling right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something when no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Pass didn't work on 2nd. Let's see how that affects this 3rd down.
Let's go. Ready?
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's in. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. Well, he found himself some space to work, and from there, all athleticism as he made his way in for 6.
You know, you run the ball down in the red zone, Kate, you're not always thinking touchdowns, right? Space is so hard to come by. But you're exactly right. His athleticism, his explosion, his speed, it puts 6 on the board for the offense.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go, son.
Throwing from the gun here. Completed to his running back. Oh, he lost the football. And the Falcons scoop it up. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Penix now on 1st down. Into the hands of Pitts. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Offense up to the line fast. Penix now. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Falcons fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons pull a little closer. It's a 17-point game now. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, son.
Here's Darnold. Finds a seam down the middle. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Play action on 1st down. Got his target. It's Dillon. And they bring him down around the 34.
It's always nice to see teams still employ a fullback. I love rewarding the big guy with some touches during a game. They earn those looks. That was a well-run route, and he showed some soft hands to bring it in.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. It's the Giants, who only need a couple on 2nd and 2. To throw, here's Darnold. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They are throwing it again. Man there, it's Malik Neighbors. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that will set up 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And the defender comes away with it. Jesse Bates in to pick it off.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
Now this is intercepted. That is back-to-back passes.
Intercepted by the Giants. They'll take over 1st and 10 at the
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. Short pass brought in. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Giants will have a first down. They're going play action. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
There's no route on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And he hauls it in for the New York touchdown. The Giants get more points to end a lopsided first half. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups, and when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. Chooses to bring this one out. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. "19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it." Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And that one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. Almost a completion of the wrong team there. And it sets up 2nd down.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
He fires one deep down the left sideline. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he can take the lid off a defense at any time.
Looking to throw. He's looking deep once again. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Huard, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Somebody is going to the NFC Championship game from this one. Let's find out who as our second half gets underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's Darnold to throw. Completed over the middle. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
It's into the hands of Joe. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Hits his running back. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
That one's cut along the left sideline. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about two things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field. These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Chased out to his right. On the run right, throwing. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play. And the Falcons get the football just short of their 20 after the interception and return.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
Drive starts out with a first and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. Give him a few yards on that run. It's second and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They go play action. Here's Penix. Pitts brings it in. They get 13 on the pickup. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Throw left side is caught by Pitts. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Penix on first down. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. And again, it's Penix. Right side, reeled in by Pitts. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
Penix now on first down. Rolling down to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
Taking a deep shot here. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's 3rd down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Penix working from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Trying for it with Penix. And they won't do it. So that ball's incomplete on 4th down.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
Dumped off to his running back. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
2nd and 4. He'll get this complete to Chubb. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That just might be a throw he regretted as soon as you let it go. I know that feeling. He was doing all he could to find a completion down the field, but they were all over that check down and ready to turn it into a negative play.
Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And it's good enough for a New York first down. To throw, here's Darnold. Escapes the pocket. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw. And he will score. Touchdown, New York! The Giants trying to end this before the final quarter. It's a Keenan Allen touchdown. Kicking team on to try the PAT. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Giants grow their lead yet again.
Falcons 21.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Set up. Ready.
Give now to the running back. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Let's go now. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 79 Brock. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger. Dragon 60. Cup 19. Cup 19. Ready, ready.
Penix here from the gun. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He gets this one to McLaurin. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
That's good for the Falcons.
On 1st down, here's Penix. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. We're down to 1 quarter to play in this NFC divisional round matchup. The Falcons have the football, playing for their season here. They're trailing. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat. Ready. Ready.
From the shotgun, Penix. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd and 10, Penix to throw. Looking for the end zone, and he's got it deep downfield. And in for the Atlanta touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
And the kick is good, and we're going to have some extra yardage added to the kickoff on the roughing call. Not really much of an avenue left for a comeback in this one, but they still have to try the onside kick here. And the Giants' hands team secures the football. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
Oh, no, they get him yet again. Foye Oluokun with the pick. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. You get a pick 6, you get a pick 6. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick 6 a multiple highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No.
And he's in for 2, so don't write him off just yet. I know the chances are slim, but still a small one in this 2-possession game. Still down a couple of scores after that. They're going to set up for the onside kick. And the Giants' hands team secures the football. Well, kind of feels like we're starting to get to that point, Brock.
And what point is that, Kate?
You know, the bold point of the game where you have to try something bold could end up becoming a play that finally sinks them, though.
Yeah, it's time for desperation. Without a defensive stop here, it's really hard to lay out the scenarios for much success. Every second matters now.
He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Hits the 20. And it's a pick six as he runs it in for the touchdown. He missed the linebacker lurking, or he thought he could challenge him there and win. A 6-point mistake, Brock, either way.
Do you know, Kate, that you use that word as a verb in quarterbacks? When we look at coverages, we use it as a noun. He's a lurker. You said he was lurking, and he was. And if you're not aware of that lurker, that free defender who's got eyes on you, they can make you pay just as he did.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked off by Andrew Phillips. 40. At the 20. And that is 2 points the other way as he takes the pick the entire way back. So the decision to go for two does result in a nice boost, Brock, but not for the team we were expecting, thanks to an alert play and a lengthy jog downfield from that defender.
Yeah, it took everybody. In order to do that and make that happen, it really was all 11 and then just a superhuman effort. You say jog, I say a sprint to glory.
Timing's so important for a team to recover its own onside kick, but jumped the gun there before it went 10 yards, and that drew the flag. Throwing from the gun. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Trying again following the sack. Completed to his running back. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
They still need 10, but the offense getting set on fourth down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. He connects downfield on fourth. And he's out of bounds right at the 25-yard line. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They'll throw it again. Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Second and 3 now. Throwing it again here. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
No one open, so he chucks this to another county. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Darnold. This one's caught. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
It's what these quarterbacks are having to do more often now than ever before in football. Show off a little mobility. Get outside the pocket and find that open man.
Now Darnold. The throw is caught. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the first down.
Throwing here, Darnold. He's on the move. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Warriors 70. Go.
Throwing from near his own goal line. Pitts brings it in. How about a big hitter? 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
You know, Kit, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Penix now on 1st down. Getting out to his left. He tucks it and takes off. And they'll have it a little shy of the 40 as he goes out. It's a 21-yard gain. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
Buffalo 18. Come on.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Penix working from the gun. Put the body on the line for his team. Working quickly here.
First down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Penix on 1st down. Finds him over the middle. And he's going to be marked down about 4 yards away from that 1st down marker.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
From the 25 on 2nd down. And he rocks the touchdown, Atlanta. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Falcons trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be 2nd down. So we will not reach the 2-minute warning. The defense calling time here. 2:08 on the clock. They'll come to the line here. 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw out of the gun. It is caught left side. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Here's Darnold. He's got it over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Second and 3 now. They are running from the gun with Chubb. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead, well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. Now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Back to throw. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he has it down to the 30 before going out. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And the Giants will have a first down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So it'll be 2nd down.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he'll get this down to the 23-yard line before they stop him. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. He's back to throw. Cut near the goal line. And that's a New York touchdown. So that should be the one that does it, Brock. A big one late that puts them up here 2 scores.
What a complete performance overall. The clock where it is and where it stands right now, Kate, that should be the capper. And that is so satisfying as an offense to go up 2 scores.
Keeping it on the ground. And he'll get into the end zone. Their lead now up to 13 points.
62. Falcons 49.
The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
1st and 10 now from the 30.
60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Set. Ready?
Penix here from the gun. Misfire there, couldn't connect. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 2nd down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons now within 1 score in the 4th. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. And that right there, Brock, is a touchdown I think our fellow broadcaster Greg Olsen would be proud of. A big strike to the tight end that I don't think a lot of receivers could have pulled off and make it look as easy.
You know, a lot of times you're splitting hairs talking about the differences between tight ends and receivers at this level because a lot of those guys, they work the same route tree and they move with the football just like their receiver teammates. And they could score some lengthy touchdowns too, just like he showed off.
And the Giants' hands team secures the football. Ooh, had to have that onside kick. Got 1 timeout, but not much time left. This one kind of feels like it's over.
Not a whole lot they can do, but you can't give up. Not a time to look at the clock. You got that 1 timeout. You got to do all you can and really hope and pray this offense fumbles the snap or screws it up here in the final minutes.
He's got it inside the 10. And that should just about do it, folks. They take it in for the touchdown, and that should lock up this win. I should know this by now, Brock. I don't know if you're a Broadway guy, but there's a lot of names that belong on the playbill for this lead we've got here. But his name belongs on the marquee as he brings in his 2nd touchdown grab.
Yeah, a bunch of contributors all throughout this roster. No, not a Broadway guy. And with 2 scores now, it's what, a 2-score game? Yep. Easy to see he's been one of the key actors throughout.
Appreciate the honesty. The Giants ready to kick this one away, and off we go once more. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Set up. 79 Bronco. Street. 70 Ranger. Dragon 60. Hut.
From the shotgun, Penix. Avoid some trouble there. And he's tackled for a short gain. Now the Falcons trying to get everyone up and set here.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now the offense going to take its 3rd and final timeout. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on 3rd and very long.
Let's go now. 7 Pirates. Street. Take over.
Here he is to throw. Trying to push it deep downfield. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. He was looking for Terry McLaurin, and they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
I mean, you could see it right there. The trajectory of the ball changed as it was in flight. You know, on shorter throws, receivers, they could focus, they can adjust quickly. But on a long-distance throw like that, a tip, well, it really alters the course of the ball and makes it so tough to make an adjustment in time.
Ready. 60 Bobcat. Panther 11. 19 tight. Ready.
Desperation time here on 4th. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picks it off. And the Giants are finally stopped on the return, but they'll still take over on the edge of the red zone. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance, and an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it, it's another thing to execute it and go take it away. That's a big momentum.